Hi, my name is Margie Garcia, and today I am going to go over several activities that I was able to put together and talking about the different challenges that I had and the solutions that I came up with. The first one is the incomplete figure that I came across of, and the top of the head of the bird is the figure itself. And this if type of thing, what I had to do is to use my imaginary thoughts and come out with a solution of what type of picture that I would be able to create. I started off making a figure of the bird, and then I went ahead and put the bird flying to the tree, putting a tree right next to the bird. This was kind of challenging for me because I had to come up with different ways of what I was going to be drawing. The next activity that I did was the L shape, trying to put it into four equal parts. In this type of activity, I had a little hard time trying to figure out how I was going to do the parts evenly. Well, then I came across an idea that I went ahead and divided this L shape into three squares. And as I figured that out, then I figured that what I had to do is go ahead and figure out how I was going to make it into four other squares. I put in four squares into each of making four equal parts in order to make the L shape. Then what I had to do is I had to take the pieces from each of the squares and rearrange them to create four identical shapes. Then what I did is went ahead and outlined, as you can see, how the four shapes came out. The solution was dividing the three squares first of all, and then making them into smaller squares, and then removing the squares to create. The reasoning behind it was I figured that the area of representation was the total area of the original L shape, and then equally divided into four smaller shapes, ensuring that each space has the same area. This is also came across to me where tiling is. The four smaller L shapes can be arranged to cover the original L shape, determining the form of tiling. The next activity that I had to solve was the candle problem. And the candle problem was using the materials that were on the table. There was a cardboard box of thumbtacks, there were matches, and a candle. Then I had to figure out how to put this on the wall above the table so the wax does not drop on the table. My solution was to remove all the thumbtacks from the box. Then what I did is attach that box to the wall using the thumbtacks to ensure that the box was securely placed on the wall. Then I put the candle in the box, and so that way they would not let the wax drop into the table. I lit the candle, and while lighting the candle with the match, the droppings did not come. The droppings stood onto the box and did not fall onto the table. This is something that I came across, thinking that this solution overcomes the functional fictitious that maybe people experience when solving their problem. My problem was how was I going to use these materials and come up with this one solution? Well, many of us often think to see the box as only a container of thumbtacks and not a potential candle holder, but I did see that it was enough to go ahead and hold the candle and the droppings, so that way it would not get into the table. The next activity was solving, well, having the kids, students, get into groups and read a case note from the case of the lead mask. And this is what the children came up with at the end of their questions. At the from the questions that they were asked, the students were able to answer the questions on all 3 pages. And at the end, they were able to come up with this chart as a large group and be able to think a little bit about what they think happened, what probably happened, and then and come up with the evidence from the case notes in the story.